Welcome to my stream. This is going to be about future investigations, maybe in the future. Woo! Well, gotta have a little bit of comedy, I suppose. Right, so I'll wait till Aaron gets here. Probably send him an invite, actually. I don't know if I can invite him, actually. Won't let me. Yeah, Aaron, if you want to jump on quick, because I'm going to close the link in a minute and have a little chat on where we're going to go. Quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. I'll send it through Facebook as well. Right, so little stream regarding some locations I'd like to go and do. Right, well, there's one main place that we need to go and do. Puckley Village. We've been planning to do that for ages. I've actually been there with Pete, Paranormal Man 47, which is now a different name, Paranormal Man 50, I think, whatever. We've done that. Well, I've done that with him a couple of times, and I have actually caught an apparition, moving apparition, and some interesting EVPs down there. So that's one place me and Aaron wants to do at one stage, I suppose. So I've got 2 new locations regarding magnet fishing, my other hobby. One place is a very big kind of park, and I mean very big park. And I've got a key given to me, but I don't know if it's the gate key or the key to the lake or what. But I'm going to try and find out what times they open and close, and find if it's possible for us to get in there during the night time and doing a session over there at night time. All I've got to do is ask permission from the guy who runs Clapham Common. Clapham Common, what's his name? And see what he says. We could always do Clapham Common. There's some spiritual stuff been happening now. What's that bloody place called? I want to get back down and do Dartford as well. Dartford Cemetery, where Kevin and Reggie's buried. I've been given a rough idea for the spirit realm where my nan might be. Remember, we've been trying to find my nan's place for bloody quite a long time, haven't we, haven't really? So I want to try to do there. I'll post you the link on the side chatting here for that new location. I have actually done a daytime investigation there. Hang on, it's spelled wrong. Richmond Park, that's supposed to be fucking active. Some spirits been seen over there, ghostly apparitions and shadow movements and stuff like that over at Richmond Park. That's quite a way to go, really, Richmond. Tenton Lock is a cemetery near the actual river we could do, but that's quite a way to go as well. Talking at least 45 minutes driving, because it's way past Kingston. So Tenton Lock, you know, there's cemetery with there, which I might go and do during a daytime investigation sometime soon. The little park around the corner to me, we need to do.
Done that before.
No, not this one. I've done it, not you. This is the one where I've heard like the whistling. Walking around, and I've said, if any spirits around here, you know, can you shout out something, gives your name, you know, make a sound, touch me or something, and I've heard a like that kind of whistle. I'm thinking, what the fuck? I actually heard it with my own ears as well, and I thought, what the fuck? I thought it was like someone walking home with a dog or something, but I saw no one there. Hello, Steve All. You know, any other places? What we could do? We've got to do Wimborne Common because there's been another murder over there just probably within a year. An old lady was found dead.
Oh, lovely.
So that might be worth doing. Plus that windmill, which we'll have to do because that's been there for like 200 years. Where it's been like, it was originally made out of wood, but it's now like stone and concrete, where they've like updated it all the time. And you know, several people in the past got killed by, you know, the renovations and getting trapped in the windmill itself. So that might be interesting to do. Well, we need to do that anyway. Me and Simon done it, but we never really got much out of it apart from, which we thought was like a spirit boy looking out the window, but when we went back, we found out it's a mannequin. Seriously, but we thought it was a spirit person looking out the window, but when we went back and took some more photos, noticed it was a mannequin, but there was other stuff in there which weren't in the first set of camera photos. Like it looked like someone was climbing on top of a cupboard or something, you know, and it wasn't there where we took photos before. So it's definitely something going on that windmill. And there's Brockley Park. That's supposed to have activity going on in there. I want to find some places where they've had like reports of like bodies actually being found on a common or a wasteland or something. Now, those two houses across the road, as you know, they've been like demolished and they got new buildings being put up there. I reckon give it a few months after people start living in there, I reckon they might start getting activity because that's buried, or that's actually built practically on top of the graveyard. And you know, we had some really weird shit happening in there, in that place when we done it for that hour, didn't we? So like shadows and got EVPs and that stench of urine. So it'd be interesting to find out, you know, when they open it up to the public, give it a few months, people start moving in. Now I can like start posting my little flyers and saying every house in Hornby, if you've got any activity, give us a call. And if we do get calls, then we know that they've got activity because it's built on a fucking graveyard or near to a graveyard. Now,
I wouldn't mind doing that big cemetery in Croydon again.
Oh yeah, we got to do that. What, the one where we had to go through that hole in the fence and we saw like that those shadow movements and it spooked us a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that one if we can remember how to get there. I know it's up near oh fucking hell, what's that place called? Can't think what it's called now.
But remember when we was in that cemetery, we had we was communicating with kid spirits.
Yeah. I know what you mean. But there's the other one where me and Simon went, where he got startled, where something like ran at him in the bushes. I know the back entrance that way, but we can only do half the cemetery because the whole cemetery's got like a big gate halfway through it because the footpath goes through the cemetery and they block that. they shut them gates so people can't come through the footpath and go into the cemetery at night time. But if we drove down to Mitcham Common, parked your car up, well, actually, you can go to Mitcham Transtop, actually, park up around there, and it'll probably be about a 10-minute walk down to the back entrance, and we can do half of that where me and Simon done. And I can show you roughly where we reckon got spooked up that time. Something like was in the bushes, and I said I was prodding an animal. You know, that's bigger than a fucking animal. So we can do that cemetery. That's quite classed as Croydon Cemetery. But the one you're talking about, that's a different one which we've done in the past. But yeah, we can do that again. But I do want to do Dartford again, Dart Cemetery, where Reggie and Kevin's buried.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when we went down there, we got all those like shadow movements darting around the trees.
Yeah, we saw that ball of blue light go. To the side and went into a grave.
Yeah. Ball of blue light. How can you explain a ball of blue light going into a grave? Weird. I've got some new walkie-talkies, which I bought a few months ago. They've not been used yet. They've actually got an earpiece with it as well. What else is there? Who else? Puckley Village we got to do. But we'd have to do that during a weekday and not a weekend, because that's when you get everyone going down there, you know, in the pubs.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, but with that, there's so much you can do down Puckley. You got your Screaming Woods, you got your inn, you got your graveyard, you got your railway station. Even some of the fields. When we first went down there, we got lost. We couldn't find the woods. We thought we had to go through these fields to get to the woods, yeah. And we ended up at the railway. So we decided to come back. And I walked a bit further ahead, and I turned on a record and I went, "Right, any spirits around us? Can you tell us where we are, please? Because we're lost." And Pete and his, like, you know, 2 kids and his daughter's boyfriend was like probably, you know, a good 1,000 meters behind me, kind of thing. So I went picking them up. And when I said, you know, "Can you tell us where we are? Because I think we're lost," on playback, you heard his voice go, "Parkley." That was fucking amazing. Because when I heard that, I went back and played it to Pete, and he's even fucking, you know, like, astonished. So that's just in the field. Got to go back to Streatham Common, I reckon, where you heard that snap. Try and investigate that little bit area.
Yeah, the fucking arsehole did it for a laugh.
Let's get Aaron. Snap. Run! We fucking trying to run after him with about 6, 7 fucking devices in my hands.
Yeah, but then you did a thingy on the bench, and you asked them, "Was it you?" And they said yes. So we did it for a joke.
Yeah.
But it's literally sound like someone getting a twig, putting it right next to your ear, and snapping it.
So I said, "I was probably an animal." No fucking animal. That was right next to me.
Yeah, because when we was walking, there was twigs getting snapped both sides, and next minute, literally one straight in the ear. Then fuck that. I was gone.
From the mountain wants to know what car you got. He's got a GL with a S6 engine, 3.8 V6. I just got a box standard car. I've got to think of some places like there's Puckley, there's Streatham Common, what we need to do again. Wimble Common, and they Wimble we got to do. There's what was the other place? Actually, I've got that page still. Oh, I wish we could get into Hall Place and do a session in there. That's where I was living for about nearly a year until I got moved out into here. And that's definitely got some spiritual stuff going on. Bedminton Park, that's it, Bedminton Park. And then there's Bedminton Parish Church and Graveyard, which is this one, isn't it? Oh God, I fucking get.
Now, I would like to do the whole place in Bexley, the actual building itself, not the grass that we did.
Yeah, but we got activity on that come on,
Yeah, but
that's
I'm saying, I like to do the actual building itself.
Yeah, but I think they only do that once a year. You got to like pay quite a bit to get in there. Where's the other place? The Haunted Cottages in Tramway Path. South of Mitcham. Tramway Path lies a little to the south of Mitcham tram stop, formerly Mitcham Railway Station. There are short strip of road runs parallel to the tram tracks. In the early 1950s, a pair of old cottages stood at the end of the road, just about where the work surface became rough path and led to a footbridge across the railway lines. Yeah, I know this bit. I've walked down that bit. They're supposed to have like a ghostly visitor. That's not far from here. I tell you, if you fancy, like, it all depends on my situation with my knee as well. Because if I have an operation on my knee and I've got to have like a plate implanted in it, or something, that's going to take quite a bit of time for therapy. So I ain't going to be able to get out that much anyway. But once I'm able to walk around quite a bit more, some of the places I've even gone magnet fishing looks spooky. There's the one near the little bridge where I pulled out so much crap out of that river. You know, in on a day where it's like overcast, it's fucking spooky there. And I've heard things walking around in the bushes. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's some kind of animal, but no, it didn't sound like an animal. You know, it sounded like proper footsteps. And there wasn't no one there. So that could be a good place to do. Where else is there? Yeah, that big mansion. You know, again, that's not far from Mitcham. All you got to do is park up, go down the side of the actual sports ground, follow the pathway round along the river, and it comes. And just on the right, there's like a little path, dirt pathway walk up, and it opens up to this great big field. And then the field, there's this big mansion, and that's supposed to have activity in there that I've heard of. Even just the grounds, people seeing like shadow figures and manifestations and stuff like that. So where else is there?
Well, I don't know when I'll be able to do any more investigations yet, so.
Got to wait for your doctors to say it's okay for you to drive in it.
Well, it's legally I can't drive for 6 months now, anyway. I've got my first MRI scan on the 28th. I've got a nurse calling me up on Monday to assess me because of work. They need to know if I'm fit to work, which I'm not, because it's too dangerous and risky. Then I've got to chase up when I got get my brain scan sooner. So if work think that I'm going back to work, they can fuck right off because it's too dangerous.
Cool. Really. What else is there? The faces on the wall. Hancock cottages.
Actually, I would like to do like an abandoned hospital.
Yeah, but they're so rare. No, if we lived in America, then there's fucking loads over there, asylums and stuff like that. I know Dave Dimlow knows of one, and he said if any time I want to go up there, he'd take me over. But he threatened to like lock me in one of the fucking cells and throw the key away and keep me in there all night long. Oh, you fucking no fucking way. Ghostly gardeners. Mitcham Clock Tower. When time ran backwards. UFO over Mitcham Common. UFO over Tootenbeck. Can't think of some more other places. We're just trying to think of some place that we would like to do. But I've definitely got to go over the road when those houses are completely finished and built up. Any if there ain't no one living there, you know, I want to get over and just like do a 10-15 minute walk around and see what I might pick up. But I think when people start moving in there, then that's when the activity might kick in. That's when I'm going to start posting those little flyers out in that area. There is another house not far away from me, but you can't get into the building. And there's people living next door. And they would hear you anyway. The Folly, that's not far. We could always try to go around to the Folly. I've done a little video on that earlier. That's probably 5 minutes away from where what's name is, Warwick. Yeah, but it depends on where they are, though, isn't it? It's like hospitals. I'm going to bookmark that. It's fucking fine. Well done. Bookmark. Bookmark and save it in. Mitcham. I like to go and look around in some old wooden. The thing is, like in London, you don't really find many like woods and forests, you know, stuff like that, because it's all fucking built with like houses and business and shit like that. So like where it's like fucking hard to find places. You got to go out of your way and travel. But I reckon like England.
North Wales, the lunatic asylum.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that though.
No, it's just abandoned. You just walk in there.
Yeah, but fucking North Wales is the fucking I want to go, isn't it?
Well, we've got family there, so just stay with them.
Who's got family?
We have.
We do.
Carol.
Carol who? My sister Carol.
Yeah.
I thought she had fucking died.
I swear she is alive. Hang on, 2 seconds, I'll find that out.
Right, wait till now, I'm just going to the loo. Just give me a second, please.
No, it's Joyce and Irene that died, not Carol. Yeah. Cheers, Steve. Fucking hell.
Oh, these fucking things falling down again. I've got some boxes with electrical gear in it. And they keep fucking falling down. Not going to get one of those. That fucking broken there. Just give me a few minutes. I've got to sort this shit out. Oh, God. All this shit's falling down.
Oh, you should tidy up your room, and you won't.
This fucking room out. Right, I said every time I need something, I've got to keep fucking pulling everything out so I can never fucking find stuff. Eileen died, so.
Yeah, as I'm saying, Eileen and whoever the fuck it was now. Fuck's sake.
Her boy raped and killed her, didn't he?
Carol's still alive.
Yeah, but she don't live in Wales, does she?
Yeah, she does.
Right, we're just talking about locations that we want to go to investigate, guys. If you know anywhere in the UK near Surrey, of locations where we can go investigate, let us know. Probably been in New Year. Got a few locations that we thought of already. Local. Puckley is a bit of a journey. But we'd have to try to save money up to go down there and spend a couple of nights and days down there.
Brookside Theatre, Romford. Apparently it's got a poltergeist.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to keep fucking paying for places. Or get permission, and you've got to have like more than 2 people. Sometimes they say, well, like, you know, £50 per person, minimum like 4 people. And you're going to have to find other people who wants to do it, you know. Like, if you can find like places in the country, like old castles, you know, ruins, old churches and stuff like that, where you just get access to and just go and do them without having to pay anything, that's going to be pretty cool. Like, you know, down in Kent, there's a load of old World War II bunkers and air raid shelters and stuff like that.
God, you
Just
love
think of
Germany then.
Not Germany, but I mean in the UK, right? So many. Like, there's a guy, I think he's Jewish, who walks around with his mate, and they do some many, like, out of the way places like bunkers, air raid shelters, abandoned buildings. Crazy amount of shit. I wonder if Betsy Hospital fields are still active.
Probably.
We'll have to do that again as well. We haven't been there for about 2 years, have we?
Something like that, yeah.
Still want to do Jordan's Wood again. The other side of it, you know, where those wooden statues were put up. World War II Spitfire and that Norman, I think it was, Norman statue, but they found that they had been chopped off. I don't know if they replaced it and fixed it or not, but That I reckon might be active. Only we go to the same place we went last time. I'm pretty sure we're going to get something there again. Oh, how many apparitions did we get on camera? 2 on the first one, and 1 on the second one.
Rochester Castle, that's one.
Yeah,
But
again,
then I don't know if they lock the gates during the night.
I think most of the places nowadays, they've got locked off because like vandalism. What you need to do is find out the way forgotten places,
Mm-hmm.
which is old cemeteries, old buildings. And that'd be a good sound effect for a horror movie.
Actually, on this website, Wilmington Commons on it.
Is it?
Yeah, the second one, hauntedplaces.org, have one. Jerry Abershaw, nicknamed the Laughing Highwayman, was known to terrorise this area before his hanging. He is seen on horseback riding through the common. The spirit of an escaped convict also to haunt this area.
Is it on that News the Sun one?
No, the other one after that.
Redirection your hauntedplaces.org. Now that's weird because I know that we kind of debunked it when we was there, but did we not feel that that was the sound of a horse galloping? And it's only until later that we saw that female running around.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, right? That could have still been the horseman.
Could have been.
Because if you think it like this way, it could have masked that woman's footsteps until later on, then you started hearing hers.
Aldwych Underground Station is supposed to be so fucking haunted. I knew someone who reckoned they knew someone who could have got in there, but I stopped talking to him. I went into a little group and got to this shit. Hyde Park.
Yeah, but then you're on a criminal offence.
St James's Church, Stockwell Tube Station, Bank.
The Screaming Woods.
Yeah, but last time I went down, the only fucking scream I heard was fucking females being chased by their boyfriends because it's like a fucking weekend night. St John's Tube Station. Highgate Cemetery. Oh, I'd never go there again. Never. Like, Stuart was an okay guy. I don't really like keep mentioning his name, but his brother who brought over was a right bastard. Wimbledon Common. Woo!
Or even just stay in like a haunted hotel or something and just do an investigation there. Just spend the night, see what happens.
Yeah. Depends on the cost though again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the ones in Puckley, I think it's about £40 a night to stay in there.
Yeah, but some of their places are haunted. To be honest, that ain't that bad, 40 quid.
Well, it depends on how many nights you want to stay there though, don't it really? If you want to stay there a couple of nights, they might give you a little bit of discount, and then again, like, if you want to stay in the most haunted room, there might be a fucking list of people who want to be in the haunted list in the haunted room, and it could be fucking years before you can get in it. What is that other place? The Lamb's Inn. Remember that one? That's supposed to be so haunted. Even Rose went there and done an investigation there, but she thinks that some of that bang was that fucking landlord. Because he's always fucking drunk. But yeah, the Lamb's Inn. Or is it Lamb's Inn or Ram's Inn? One of them was two. She did. And start with Kevin and a few other people. Where's that fucking... there's an old airfield means Steve Cooper did. Can't remember what it's called. Let's see if I can find it. YouTube.
See, that's the thing. A lot of our tube stations are haunted, but you can't do them.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try and look for an old airfield, me and Steve Cooper. It's not that far from here. Probably about 20-30 minutes drive. The old Bevington Surrey airfield grounds. Did that in just over a year ago, actually. Took Ghost Box down there. We got a few EVPs, but not that major, and we didn't really get many K2 hits. A possible place to do, actually. The old Bevington airfield. Because you had the old runway, you still got possibly some old brickwork. That actually, just across the road, you still got one of the barracks across the road. You know, just on the main road, got a barracks there, which people said that they reckon they've seen stuff, manifestations of like RAF personnel on the common itself. They've seen RAF. They've heard the sounds of aeroplanes taking off. Possible the sounds of like exploding bombs when the Germans were dropping bombs on that particular airfield. So I use that, I think, in for backup for the actual World War II bombings when we was right, you know, under the Battle of Britain. So that's a possible good place to go to. And that's only like a half hour, half hour to 3/4 an hour away from us. From me. Because old Steve was going to take his air drone, like his fucking plane thing with him. He did actually take one, actually, but he took the wrong one. Westminster Bridge is supposed to be haunted. St James. We went to St James Park, but we didn't really get nothing there, did we?
No, it was dead.
I suppose it all depends on the weather conditions and, you know, the EMF, I suppose. Buckingham Palace we'd never get into. Or St James's Palace. I think we could probably get over to Hampton Court and do it the outside of Hampton Court along the riverside. St Paul's Cathedral, never getting that. No way we would get into the Old Bailey or the British Museum. The only time we get in there is during the daytime. They say the underground stations are going to be locked off and ain't going to get into any of those. Tower of London, no way you're going to get in that. Madden Toy Swords, no. A lot of these you ain't going to get into. All Barnes Common, been there. And there's a little cemetery over there. Me and Steve's done that with his wife. And we've got some interesting EVPs and light anomalies over there. The cemetery is overrun by foliage and has been a victim of vandalism. If you come here at night, take caution. If you don't run into a hooligan, you might encounter a spirit of a nun that hovers around. Another legend involved an imp that would attack people. An imp, a little creature that attacks you.
Yeah, there's someone in chat saying that in Portland there's abandoned pirate graveyard. That'd be cool, but it's 3 hours away from us.
Caves, there's no way you get into Chislehurst Caves, not after the last people went there. Yeah, look, there is a in Hampton Court. It says like the ghost of Catherine Howard is reported sometimes hearing screaming, and a woman in grey, believed to be Sybil Penn, has also been seen here. That's actually inside the Hampton Court, though. White Lady Tower was seen to have seen her husband murdered, and so after died of grief. She is seen near the tower sometimes looking at the window. A man known as the Black Prince also appears here. He is said to be a bad omen. Other shadows, dark. The Hall, that's in Hall Place, Dartford, which we've done, but we only done the grounds. And if you remember, Eno was just walking around the grounds. We got some EVP, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit, but it was pretty dead at times.
Dartford Library.
Yeah, that's no, that is supposed to be haunted.
Yeah, I know. The only person I remember working in Dartford Library was Eileen, David's wife, Dad's brother's wife. But I don't think she works anymore, and I don't think she could then get access to it. But you know, you've got the park behind Dartford Library.
I think even that fake Most Haunted went there once as well.
Yeah. The grave of St Andrews. No, I haven't been to Portland. I don't read side chat sometimes. It's just like rather annoying trying to read side chat, because when you read side chat, it distracts you from what you're trying to concentrate and thinking about. But yeah, there's a few locations that we could do when he's able to drive.
Maybe just drag Fag out one day and let him pick us up.
Who?
Fag Music.
Yeah.
Because he wants to do stuff, don't he? And a couple other people do from chat.
Who is it? Was it Fag or was it no Triple A? He keeps saying he wants to do an overnight investigation in here.
It was.
But he never gets.
No, it's Fag, Triple A. What's her name?
Not Rose. Rose won't come down.
No, not Rose. What's the fuck? Claire, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I could do like, you know, St Paul's Cathedral, because that's near Blackfriars. Sometimes the Blackfriars do walk along the river when the tide's out, picking up the old clay pipes. So I could actually go up there and just, like, you know, go and do a little video up there, I suppose, at some stage.
But the only problem is obviously St Paul's during the day. You got a lot of traffic goes outside and interferes with all the EVPs and shit. If you do get any,
people going in there during the daytime as well.
Yeah.
But know what an EVP is, you know, from a proper person to an EVP. It's like you're going to have so many people going in there. You know, you really want the old abandoned places, to be honest with you, you know, derelict place that, you know, people have moved out and boarded up, and, you know, the old hospitals, the old asylums, you know, possibly the old churches and cemeteries. See, in America, you got all that over there, you know, you got crazy shit, you know, you got like cemeteries miles away from anywhere, you know, kind of thing. It's all been abandoned and overgrown and shit like that. You know, you guys are fucking lucky, you know, because like all your asylums are still there. When our asylum gets closed down, within a matter of 5 years, it's fucking torn down and renovated over, and either new business apartments or residential apartments or businesses, you know, complexes to fucking built up. We ain't got any real history here now, because like, it's all been fucking demolitioned and built
no,
on.
there is a lot of history, but obviously you got to go outside London to go see it.
But like I said, like London, it's all over fucking built on, like, you know, even where that little park is, where that we had that them EVPs and those K2 hits on that one just down the road to me with that little girl, and I was supposed to haunt. That waste ground has been built on. That's got flats now. And it's just fucking ridiculous, man. Because I was actually doing some research on, like, you know, Haunting Mitcham, and I came up on that old newspaper of me in The Guardian. I thought, well, they can still in there. Christ, they must keep their fucking records for ages. I'm just trying to think where else we could go. No, because, like, as I say, there's more dead people out there than there are living people at the moment, you know. It's all the centuries, you know, hundreds of thousands of years gone by. And, like, you know, you're not going to get an apparition of a stone man, you know, like Stone Age guy walking around with a fucking stone axe. That's not going to happen. But, you know, I think that you may get something, you know, possibly no more than 200 years old. No, maybe 3. Might a little bit more, because, like, you know, but that's residual energy, you know. When you see, like, a Roman soldier, you know, a Roman soldier ain't going to fucking be hanging around for like 500 years or whatever, or 1,000 years. No way. You know, that's just going to be residual. And I have actually found out that where I live, there is a possibility of sandstone around here. So, and sandstone holds that residual in, like a video, like a movie projector. So there is sandstone in this area. Surprised if, like, this area is active, you know, like, you know, being my flat, you know, and I'm in the what's it called, a ley line, as Simon said, and a few other people said I'm in the ley line as well. And, like, you know, I've got about 7 cemeteries within like a 10-mile radius, less than that. So, like, you know, I do have a lot of activity around this area, but the thing is, like, all the good locations are still, like, being run, and, like, you know, you can't get into them because, like, they're closed off at night time by permission to do certain locations. And Now, this is like you say, if you travel out of London, 2 or 3 hours driving, and that's where you might find some, decent locations. But time you get there, time you finish, and time you drive home again, completely knackered, and you don't upload your stuff for maybe a week or two. I can't see Aaron wanting to drive 4, 5, 6 hours to go into do one location, unless it's that fucking haunted. Then maybe.
It's how long we're there for.
Yeah. See, if we was to do Puckley Village, we got to be there a couple of days at least. Because we've got to do the graveyard, we've got to do the railway station, we've got to do the old factory that's there somewhere. Possibly get access to an old, one of the farms, Screaming Woods. You just sit around in the village for a few hours from midnight onwards. They say that they're supposed to be headless horsemen that ride through the village at night, at certain times of the year. No, I reckon you'll probably get more activity in like old castles and churches and stuff like that, because castles, you had battles. Churches is where you took the dead in at night. People from the past had like plagues, and they probably gone into the churches and been laid to rest there. Cemeteries, of course. A lot of old Victorian buildings, possibly. Before I know, 10 hours across the road of me could be fucking active, and I wouldn't know about it. And they say there's a ghost in every building, not active. Who in the right mind would want to hang around for 500 years just to go and say boo to you, or wave a sword at you? I wouldn't be wanting you fucking 500 years. Not unless someone like conjured me up and done some kind of black magic.
I'd love if we ever managed to talk to Blackbeard.
Yeah, if you remember, we went down to Dartford Cemetery, didn't we? Not Dartford, Bexley, in with 2 sailors from the early 18th century, wasn't it? We said, did you know Blackbeard? They said no. But have you heard the name of Blackbeard? Yes. And we've actually got EVPs of them saying yes and no on some of the questions we were asking. And if you look back on the videos, we've even called that stick figure. Looks like an Xbox figure, but we never had an Xbox or knew about the Xbox Connect at that time. No, we got like a matchstick figure walking in the cemetery. And then the same cemetery, a different time, we called like another anomaly.
Or even talk to people from like the Middle Ages and Vikings and shit like that.
Yeah, but how many people have ever spoken to Vikings or Normans or Romans even? Not many. I've never seen any real investigations saying that they just spoke to a Roman soldier, and the Roman soldiers told you exactly what kind of things they do in life, how many villages they raped and pillaged.
Well, there are cemeteries for that type of stuff, but he's got to find them.
Oh, yeah. Lost ones. Or they've probably been fucking built on. They've been stripped to pieces and headstones been thrown away. The body's still laying there. I think that's the only time you might get some kind of proper real residual spiritual energy of like anything from like Normans, Romans, whatever. If there's been a graveyard there and it's been built on and it's disturbed what spiritual energies may be there. Because there has been stories, you know, on some of the ghost hunting shows where they said that they've seen Roman soldiers, but it's all residual, you know, kind of thing. Now it's been built on like limestone, and that residual energy has been captured in that limestone. That's when you're going to see it. It's not a real haunting. You know, it's still saying, you know, supernatural, paranormal, which you're going to like want to capture and probably get freaked out when you do see like a Roman soldier there, but it's not like a real ghost. Still going to be freaky, yeah, but it's not going to be like, you know, where you can say, right, okay, excuse me, what cost you? How much does the uniform cost you? Did you have to pay for that? Was that given to you? You know, how many villages did you rape and pillage? You know, you ain't going to be able to ask questions like that, are you? So they're not going to be able to talk to you back. It's just a residual playback of energy. It's like the time when I was told that guy reckons he caught two Roman soldiers behind two of his mates. And I said, well, have you got the photo? He goes, yeah, it's on my phone. I said, I'd like to see it, but he couldn't find it. So it's probably just a lying piece of bull crap. ITC is a different matter. You know, with ITC, you may be capturing things from the past, but you can't ask them to do things. Or, you know, you can't say, like, okay, there's a Roman soldier here, you know, show yourself, wave your sword around. I don't think that's going to happen. What you're catching on the ITC is like, again, probably residual. I don't know. You know, I'm learning every day. You know, I'm learning every year new things. I don't watch Chris Holton much now. That Chris Holton actually started like I did, paranormal in my bedroom or in the living room. Started off like catching crazy orb activity and asking these spirits to show themselves. Then he kind of like expanded. He went out and started doing like cemeteries and other locations with him and his friend. You know, at least he had someone to go out and do it with. You know, and then like he just like started going to different locations and researching locations. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out and do a little bit of research. And if I go to somewhere and I find somewhere to stop on the way home, and I think, oh, that's a good place, and go back there, I'll try to do a little bit of research on it. But I don't do like research. It's like go to a place and say, well, this church was built in like the 1900s, like, you know, or late 1800s, like 1860. It was run by so and so. Then it got closed down in like the 1940s due to like structure, World War II, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, the vicar or the priest at the time was like blah blah blah, and so many people were buried here. And I can't. I don't think I could do that kind of stuff. Actually, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I could be sitting there doing a fucking documentary kind of thing. You know, I want to get out there and experience it. Oh, I don't know. I'm hungry. Turn out for one thing. Not eating much today.
You never eat.
No, I had something to eat. I keep seeing like white flash. So one over there, one just now above me on the wall. There's a bright white flashing the other night, which flickered for about a second or so and disappeared when I was live streaming. Oh yeah, I've got to upload those photos. There's some photos and I've got some like apparitions in that mirror over there. Yeah, but when the door slams, that could be anything, really. It could have been a draft. Could the door be kind of like on the lock side? Could vibration make the door slam? If a heavy vehicle went past the building, vibration can make the door slam. So I saw a documentary where a guy was doing a certain building, and the door had known to be, like slammed a couple of times, but it's only like on the rare occasions the guy went down there, and he was doing like a proper live investigation, like an old prison or something, yeah, or was the prison cell supposed to slam behind, past it. And he walked past him, he didn't happen. So he's just about going to give up and go somewhere else, and he goes, slam the door, slam the door, let yourself be known because I'm going to leave here. And as he started walking, the door slammed behind him. Tried debunking it. Jumped up, he went to the cell door, he jumped up and down. There went no wind. The building's far away from any traffic. No vibration. No one was upstairs. And it actually slammed on his final command. Well, you're going to do it, it's now time because I'm leaving. All of a sudden, that prison cell door slammed behind him. Scared the shit out of him, but it was actually happening. Can't remember what episode that was on, what ghost show it was. Maybe they didn't slam it because I didn't have the energy. A big heavy door, 1500. I think, those probably made a oak, probably big oakwood. So I think that's the heaviest tree in it. Have you tried doing any more sessions at your place now?
No, you think my mother would let me do that?
Fuck her. When she
ape shit.
She ain't in. Just do a ghost box session. Do an EVP session, 5 minutes. I don't know. Not unless the things start going crazy in the house. Seeing shadows flying around the room and kick off some kind of negative energy. You might even kick off some mischief energy. No, I don't give a shit. You are still married? I'll be doing it. Fuck the next wife. That's why I'm glad I'm on my own. I can do what I want to do now. The only thing is, it kind of dangerous for me. If something like I pull into really dark and negative, demonic, and I get attacked, I've got no one here to fucking rescue me. And there's that one time. There's that one time I did get like that mini when I spelt that word backwards and fucking Latin. I don't know nothing about Latin. Ugh. I've got to go. I'm tired. It's only night. It was 9.
Yeah, I'm tired too. Fucking little shit next door keeps on fucking crying.
Knock on the door, say, "Oi, my fucking rest. Shut the fuck up." I'll call the police.
Can't stand them.
Alright, well, I'm going to shoot off then. We'll let you know another place we can think about. Do a little bit of research. Now, there's a lot of places in Richmond access to. Some of them, you've got to find out where they are. It's like little walkways down the side of cemeteries, and you've got the clock tower. You got the building near the fireside. That is active. That is haunted. So I went in there one day, asked if I could get permission to do an investigation in there if I had enough people to do it. He said, "Oh, you'll have to speak to this woman." So I got a phone number. I left him one of my little cards, and I asked him if he had any comment. He said, "Yeah, like every time he was going to every time he was going at night time, no, not night time, daytime, the lift would automatically go up to the next floor." And he couldn't figure out why it kept doing that. You know, he looked all the way around the building, no one was in. You know, and it always went up to like the first or second floor by itself.
Could be electrical fault.
No, they had it all checked out. It happens every single day. You reckon?
Interesting. Maybe you should try and contact them then.
I did. I left a card there asking him if I could do like an investigation there with some people, and he said, "Well, the person you need to talk to is like on vacation, but I'll get back to them. You know, I'll give you the card and get back to you." But no, got no reply.
Maybe they forgot, or just contact them again.
But you can actually hire out rooms for £10 an hour. So even if you've done a daytime investigation for £10 an hour, to spend a couple of hours in there, do some EVPs.
Yeah, just split it between you or whatever.
They've got like tunnels now. They've got haunted rooms.
Chase it.
Let me see.
Chase it up.
It's called the Festrian. I'll find it. Where is it? I'll find it first. Vestry Hall. Yeah. You check that out. That's haunted. It's in the book of Mysterious Mitchum. It's definitely haunted. If you look at some of the photos there, you know, you see like the basement, a tunnel. You've got the tunnel down here. The caretaker's bedroom, where Carol feels the ghost presence can strongly be sensed. These were all like 2010. They're actually building something on that Greenland now, next to the fire station. Yeah. Visual office £10 an hour, flexible workspace £10 an hour, room hire from £10 an hour. So you can find out what room is haunted or active. Or can I do like a little investigation in there and pay you the hourly rate and spend say 2 or 3 hours in there? Because that's just a rate per the room. I don't think that's like per person. But then that was posted 2010, so the cost might have gone up. And that is 5 minutes away in car. We've actually drove past it a few times. We went to that big church where the alarms went off. Well, I'm going to go and then go to the bathroom and get something to eat. I'll catch you whenever I'm on next. Cheers for watching. Catch you later.